Amarjeet Sada, also known as the baby-face killer, was born on July 15, 1994, in the city of Etawah, Uttar Pradesh. His early life was marked by poverty and neglect. His parents, Raju and Sarita, were laborers who struggled to make ends meet, and Amarjeet was often left to fend for himself. Amarjeet's family lived in a small, cramped house in a poor neighborhood. His parents worked long hours, and Amarjeet was often left alone to care for his younger sibling. He dropped out of school in the 7th grade, citing a lack of interest in studies. In 2007, at the age of 13, Amarjeet committed his first murder. He strangled a 6-year-old boy named Vikram, who had wandered away from his parents while playing outside. Amarjeet had lured Vikram away with promises of food and toys, and then strangled him to death in a nearby field. Over the next several years, Amarjeet went on to murder 6 more children, all between the ages of 6 and 12. Amarjeet's methods were brutal and efficient. He would lure his victims away from their families with promises of food or toys, and then strangle them to death. He would often dump their bodies in nearby canals or rivers. Amarjeet's crimes went undetected for several years, largely due to the fact that he targeted children from poor families who did not have the resources or connections to mount an effective search for their missing loved ones. In 2008, Amarjeet was finally caught by the police after a witness came forward and identified him as the person who had lured away one of his victims. Amarjeet was arrested and charged with multiple counts of murder. During his trial, Amarjeet showed no remorse for his crimes. He claimed that he had been driven to kill by poverty and hunger, and that he had seen his victims as a means to an end. In 2011, Amarjeet was convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison. He was just 17 years old at the time. Amarjeet's case drew widespread attention in India and sparked a national debate about the country's juvenile justice system. Many questioned how a 13-year-old boy could have committed such heinous crimes, and whether he should have been tried as an adult. Today, Amarjeet is serving his sentence in a maximum security prison in Uttar Pradesh. His case serves as a reminder of the devastating consequences of poverty, neglect, and a lack of access to education and resources. It's worth noting that Amarjeet's case is a complex one, and there are many factors that contributed to his actions. While he is undoubtedly responsible for his crimes, it's also important to consider the societal and economic factors that may have driven him to commit them.